Hello, hello, hello. I messed that up. Sorry for that weird transition. But once again, let's talk some Rockets. I'm Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review. It's October 2nd in this time zone. Rockets have finished training camp in Galveston with a scrimmage today. You can follow my colleagues, Jonathan Fagan, Kelly Iko, Salman Ali, who were there in Galveston with the team, covering the team while they were in training camp. I was here in Houston focusing on take care of my mom and U of H basketball, men's and women's. But get into it. Starting five. It seems like Coach Silas and the staff have at least four of the five. KPJ, Jalen Green, Daniel Tice, C. Wood, and maybe Eric Gordon or Jae'Sean Tate. Not sure House is going to get that at other spots, starting at the small forward spot. But Eric Gordon, where it is, looked really good in the scrimmage today, played very well, looked really good in training camp thus far this week. So if Tate starts, then Eric Gordon could have that six-man role and play multiple positions, be a scorer, et cetera, facilitator off the bench, do Eric Gordon things when Eric Gordon's healthy. So that's a key thing for him. So, Fusion Velez, thank you for tuning in. Let's get right into it. I'm going to play two clips. We're going to talk training camp, but I want to really get into more of this John Wall situation for fans, viewers, because I'm seeing Media Day, attending Media Day Monday, and hearing Rafael Stone and John Wall discuss the situation. It was interesting. I really thought it was interesting. And if you did not have a chance to see the clip of them speaking from Media Day posted on the YouTube channel at Houston Roundball Review, I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to play two clips. One's about a minute and a half. The other's about 2 minutes. But both clips, I think, give an indication of where they're at, where John Wall and Rafael Stone and the Rockets are at. And first things first, if y'all haven't read it, heard it, seen it, the Rockets are not going to buy out John Wall's contract right now. They're not even considering it. Rafael has said it's not in the best interest of the Rockets. It's not in the best interest of John Wall. So forget those options, right? Just forget that idea. Put it out of your mind right now. As of right now, it's not happening. So that leaves what else? Trades. In my perspective, I'm not sure what team's going to make a trade for John Wall right now. But we just sit back for the next few minutes to check out these two comments because, like I said, it's intriguing and it's interesting to basically pay a player to not play, pay a player to be a coach. Check it out.
Again, what changed is just we had a bunch of conversations about what's best for John and what's best for us and how to find a happy median. So, and we were having those, but real life happens. And so it's, I don't want to suggest that we weren't having those conversations in May or whatever. We were, but real life happens and your perspective changes and other things happen in his life and looking at opportunities and for our team and looking at opportunities. And that's why you keep talking. And that's why you try and find things, that work for you now and the world might change again. And then we're just going to talk, like I do think the thing I appreciate the most about John is how easy he is to discuss things with on kind of a very real level. Yeah, that's what I would say. So like anytime you're talking and communicating, you're talking and communicating. But I think what we found, we think is going to work for the foreseeable future. I can't give you more, at least from my perspective, I can't give you more than that. I don't know if you have a thought.
No, not really. Basically, like what we spoke on, like he said, we both just been having conversations. The season's been over and then going through summer league and going through the draft and things like that. We just been talking and figuring out through both groups of our parties. And we both decided it's the best situation to do what we're doing. And like I said, while I'm here, I'm going to continue to work out, prepare myself for whatever situation comes my way. But just help these young guys out as much as possible. Like teach them everything I learned throughout these last 12 to 13 years I've been in the NBA and teach them how to be a pro on and off the court and then critique their game and try to help them get better day by day.
That was clip one. Now here's clip two.
So anyway, the point is that you treat people where they are, and John came to me as an adult, and so we've had a great working relationship that hopefully is developing into a friendship that will last, for a long time. And that's the goal, is to have these types of relationships with all of our players. These, I think that there's a little bit of a myth that relationships between players and organizations are supposed to be dictatorial. That doesn't work. It never has. I was on the radio talking about when Bill Russell was playing, and there's all these anecdotes about how Bill Russell would read the newspaper while his teammates practiced because no one was ever told Bill Russell what to do. It was a partnership, and that's how all the best relationships are. They're partnerships. And so for sure, I feel like our relationship is a partnership, and that's what we need with all our guys. Now with the younger guys, we have a lot more influence over them, and they need to learn a lot of things. And so it's a different partnership, but it's always still a partnership. And it is important organizationally that we be a place that treats all of our employees like partners, not just our players, but all of them. And that we be a place that people want to be. And you can't just want to be someplace when everything is perfect. You have to want to be someplace no matter what. That's what makes a good place or a good organization. And that, we aspire to be that every day. It's about the right way to deal with players and with colleagues, and we work together. Like, that's the right relationship for us to have. So no, I mean, I'm being transparent about the way we're trying to run our organization, but I'm not doing this to send a message. I'm doing it because, or we are doing this, both of us, because we think it's the right thing for us collectively. But it also only works if John's a partner. Like, you have to meet in the middle. And so I also don't want to lose sight of that. John's been, since the second he got here, an awesome partner.
It was very tough. Having a conversation with both of them was very tough. You know what I mean? Because since I came here, like I said, I've been in this league for 12 going on 13 years, I think, or 11 going on 12, 1 and 2. But everything's not promising. Things can change any type of way. And like he said, if you don't build a relationship with those main people, the main core, you can be put in bad situations. And since day one, I said it to him, and I said to Coach Silas that I praised him for giving me the respect and the honesty that we both gave each other, being honest with each other. And when we came and started talking, we didn't have to agree on the same page. I could have went different ways. They could have went different ways, and we wouldn't be here today having a conversation and being on good terms. And like he said, just having a partnership and just trying to build his friendship more and more past just being on the Rockets and this organization.
Now, what do y'all think about that? Now, okay, John wants to be on a winner, have a chance to compete for a championship. Understood. The Rockets want to get something of value in return for John Wall. But how about this take? My take on this. Is John's injury history such a concern that he can't play and risk getting injured? So we're just going to sit him down and have him be a coach? I mean, is that what we're talking about? Because they're so concerned that he could get injured if he plays, they don't want to play him. So let him just be a coach and be a mentor to the youngsters like Jalen Green and KPJ, travel with the team and not dress, be a well-dressed assistant coach. That's what we're talking about. Okay. I mean, that's the darndest thing. Now, you compare that to Philly, and Daryl Morey and Ben Simmons, it's night and day. Because Ben has already said, I am not going back to Philly, despite what Daryl Morey said this week and all those things. But this is 2021. And okay, I mean, it really works out for the Rockets, because I think if John Wall played and stayed healthy, and if Eric Gordon is here, then the two of them would help the Rockets win more games that I think would lower their chance to get a high lottery pick. That's my take on that. So I think the more Eric Gordon plays, if he stays, but the more Eric Gordon plays, the more the Rockets are going to win. I believe in that talent. The talent is there for this team. It's just inexperienced and needs help in a few spots. And folks who are tuned in, Brandon Thomas, Fusion Les, so far Rocket fans, seem good with this situation. They seem to be cool with paying John Wall. Of course, it's not our money, paying John Wall to sit, paying John Wall to be a coach. Okay, that's where we are. That's where we are. But it's the darndest things, folks. I mean, I've covered basketball going on almost 30 years, and this is the darndest thing I've ever seen. And John's right. He's being professional. He's not going the route of some players who have just completely trashed the organization, trashed teammates. I don't want to be here. Hey, get me out of here. These guys aren't good enough. I'm not going to come to practice. I'm not going to all those things and lower trade value. John's being professional, showing up to camp, showing up to practice, going to travel with the team, go on the road with them and everything. But okay, that's where we are. Everybody's good. And I'm just kind of curious to see which team blinks, because John is still getting paid the $44 million this year and a player option, which he will obviously going to opt into for the $47 next season. So $91 million. What team is going to want to take on that deal for a guy who you haven't seen play since last season? That's another thing from my perspective, from a team perspective, that's not the Rockets. Why am I trading for a guy who I haven't seen play? So I take your word for it and John's word for it. Yeah, he's good. He's healthy. The knees are good, all those things. But he hasn't played an NBA game since April. Okay. So, all right. I mean, that's where we are. And the Clippers in New Orleans. All right, let's just break it down. Okay. First up, Fusion Velez, you got one of three teams. Give me the other two teams. You got the Clippers as well. But I'm going to trust Mr. Bobby Marks for ESPN. He's really an insider guru, been a GM in the league and got the ins and outs. Who do the Clippers have that the Rockets would want, that Rocket fans want? So that's two different things. First, who do the Clippers have that the Rocket fans would, because John Wall, okay, but I want something else. You got to give me something else rather than just an off-injured guard with a huge contract. So the Clippers say, okay, I want Jae'Sean Tate and 2 first-round picks plus John Wall. Are y'all good with that? So, and then who do the Clippers have that y'all want in return for John Wall, Jae'Sean Tate, whatever in return? Do you want to go into the Rockets' future draft stash assets to be part of this deal? All right, we got one here. Let's see. Alpha G, thank you for tuning in. Evening to you as well. But yeah, give me your. Who do y'all want from the Clippers in exchange for John Wall and picks, John Wall and Jae'Sean Tate, John Wall and Jae'Sean Tate, Daniel House, John Wall and Eric Gordon and Jae'Sean Tate? Something. Who do y'all want from the Clippers that makes sense? The Clippers aren't in a position to ask for any young players next to Wall because they're giving us bad contracts back. Okay, but who are those bad contracts? And if they're bad contracts, why would the Rockets want bad contracts? See, we got to think about that. Why would the Rockets want bad contracts in return? Luke Kennard. Okay. Yeah, Luke was a good shooter when he was with the Pistons before his knees started giving him trouble. And then he was moved to the Clippers, and the Clippers gave him that huge contract, which he didn't really live up to this past season. And we'll see how long his knees hold up. The Rockets want a guy with knee problems. Again, dealing with him. So, all right, here's one. Kennard, Ibaka, and Bledsoe. Would y'all want that for John Wall? Kennard, Ibaka, and Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe, okay. What are you gonna do with Eric Bledsoe? Is he gonna? He's not gonna play ahead of KPJ and Jalen Green. Is he gonna come off the bench? Is he gonna boot Mr. Augustine, is he going to bump Eric Gordon's minutes? So obviously, if you get another guard like that, Josh Christopher won't be playing at all. So what do you do with that? See where we are. We can, if the Rockets get back guards for John Wall, then you're limiting the minutes of the younger guards on the Rockets. Is that part of the plan? Is that what you want? You know, see, this is key. The expiring deals is a factor in it. Then you got to go down and look at who has expiring deals. But if a team is giving up expiring deals, why would a team do that to take on a contract of a guy making $91 million this year and next year who's been injured and is not a great three-point shooter? So we got to think about those teams as well. Brandon Thomas says no to Bledsoe. So, okay, so you want him, get him in the trade, and then just cut him and waive him if we can't trade him. Okay, well, just wait. Why not do that with John Wall? Just keep him on payroll. And I think it'd be easier to deal him next season because that $47 million would be an expiring contract. I think you get more takers because that money, teams would want to have that coming off their payroll. So what about that option? So, I mean, you know, I think teams, it only takes one. I've said that many times during these stream shows and then the folks talking sports as well. It only takes one team. A team could get injury to their key guards and really be desperate and would take on John Wall in a huge contract. But that has happened. I think a lot has to happen like that in order for the Rockets to get what they want in a John Wall deal. So that's, you know, in New Orleans, Brandon Ingram, I think the Rockets would want that, sure. But why would the Pelicans want that? You know, so would John Wall and Zion Williamson be a good fit? I just, from an outside looking in, if I'm a team, I want to see John Wall healthy on the court, playing games so I can see what I'm getting this season. I want to know if John Wall's healthy. I want to know if John Wall can play 30 plus minutes a game and give me 15 and 8, 8 assists and 4 or 5 rebounds. I want to know if he can give me those things. If he doesn't play, why am I really doing this? I'm trading for a $91 million player sight unseen. If I'm another NBA team, why am I in a hurry to do that? You know, and Rafael, he said it also during the media day, during their session, that teams know John Wall is a good player. Teams know that around the league that John Wall is a good player and that John Wall is in demand. Okay, Rafael. To make a deal. What's the holdup? Make a deal. So, and Rafael's got to say that. I mean, he's not going to trash John Wall publicly, unlike a team in the Eastern Conference trashing one of the best players publicly. But so is the Rockets getting something back for John Wall, as long as it doesn't involve future first-round picks, would be a boom for the Rockets. It'd be great for the Rockets because, John is not part of the core going forward for the Rockets. We know that. John knows that. The league knows that, which is another reason why the league's not in a hurry to trade away something of value to get John Wall. For New Orleans, Wall is better than what they got. Gohan, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. This is just, I am not a Houston Rockets fan. No, sir. I'm media, strictly all day long. The fans, y'all are the fans. I'm taking the questions and comments from y'all, the fans. But no, I am not. I'm credentialed media member, been credentialed going on almost 30 years. No, I am not a fan. Y'all would be shocked. If you're new to me, you'd be shocked who my favorite team is. You'd be shocked and in disbelief. And some of y'all might even roll your eyes and leave me. But no, I am not a Rockets fan. I'm not a fan of any Houston team because I cover them. And I think that'd be kind of, You got to be objective, remain objective in this. So I'm going to call out the Houston teams if they deserve it and give them credit if they deserve it. So no, I don't root for any Houston team. The closest team that I root for is U of H because that's my alma mater. But no, I don't root for them either. No. Got to be objective. Got to be objective in this game. That's lost in today's media. So no. Not the Lakers. No, not the Lakers. Y'all be shocked. Some of y'all probably aren't even old enough to go back. No. No. Y'all can go down the list, but no. Some of y'all are new, and that's cool because y'all are new to the family. So welcome to the family. And I'll say this. This is a hint. They're not in the West. Okay, they're not in the West. So that narrows down half right there. So y'all can toss out. Nope. Brian. Nope. Not the Orlando Magic. Nope. Celtics. Nope. Rival of the Celtics. Had some bitter battles with the Celtics back in the 80s. No. So you're getting close, Fusion. Getting close. I think I just gave another hint right there. Hawks. Nope. No. No. This team's won championships in the NBA. No. You got to go, hon. That's it, baby. One time for people who don't want to hear it. Detroit basketball. Now, there we go. But in real talk. This is for you Rocket fans to talk about it, and that's what I'm here to do, to entertain and have fun with y'all, to talk Rockets training camp. Dominique Wilkinson, you going back, Brandon, back when the Central Division was the Pistons, the Hawks, the Bucks, the Pacers, the Bulls. Everybody, every team was legit. And, back then, it was those teams plus Philly and Boston in the East duking it out. In the West were the Lakers, and then Lakers and sometimes the Rockets, sometimes Portland. But year in, year out, it was really the Lakers. So, but yeah, bad boys, Brandon. That's right. But yeah, come on, y'all. Thank you for getting that. Thank you for dropping those, getting the hints and all those, But Rockets, Alpi Şengün looked good in scrimmage today. That's the word. Showcased his footwork, his passing skills from the high post, mid-high post, his post-up skills on the block. Stuff we saw in Vegas, what we heard about him doing in Turkey. I look forward to seeing him do it in the NBA. Alpi, in a scrimmage, realized that NBA is different than Turkey. It's a faster game, faster pace, more physical than Turkey. He's going to be fine. No one records scrimmages. I'm not sure the NBA allows that. So that's one thing about that. I was really surprised seeing some of my colleagues on Twitter that the Rockets allowed them to record and put some things on Twitter, social media, that they really haven't done in previous years. So there are a few seconds here and there of some one-on-one action, some shooting drills, things like that. Take that for what it's worth. College is doing the same thing now. They've cut reduced access. Years ago, before social media had a lot more access and were able to watch scrimmages, see much more practice than the 20 and 30 minutes that we can get to see now. And most of it's just shooting drills and walkthroughs. Not even walkthroughs. Most cases, it's just video, B-roll footage you see on the news kind of stuff. But back in the day, you would see a lot more. We got to see a lot more activity in practice. Got to see the players go at it, talk trash, and get very physical, depending on what team it was. And sometimes things got a little bit out of control, and some media made the mistake of putting that stuff out there for public consumption, and that ruined it for all of us. What happens in practice stays in practice, and some folks muck that up, and that's where we are now, which limits access to everybody. But yeah. Alpi reminds you of Jokic. I could see that. Tim Duncan, two very skilled big men. And I love big men. I love skilled big men, especially guys who can get it done on the block. Big men who got great footwork. The Kevin McHale types, the Dream types. Alpi's not Dream, but the footwork. Got great footwork. That's what I love to see. And hearing how well he did the scrimmage, and this is good considering he missed the first 2 days of training camp because he was sick. and it wasn't COVID. He was sick. So to hear that he did well after really missing 2 days and kind of limiting some of his physical conditioning is a good sign. And I like to hear that he's playing in the post more, because if he's in the post, that will, assuming they share some time on the court, Christian Wood would be on the perimeter. And I think C. Wood is much more effective at the 4 spot as a shooting big rather than a scoring on the block big. So, and I think that's another reason why Daniel Theis has been starting with Christian Wood in the big lineup, the starting lineup in the scrimmages. I just think it works better. I'm a tall, skilled person. The taller, the better. Skill, good footwork, athletic, of course, all those things roll into it. But I believe in the potential of a Theis C. Wood tandem to start games in the front court. And then you have, Jalen Green and Scoot in the backcourt, and then a combination of EG or Jae'Sean Tate at that 3 spot. I like that. I like to have defensive guys, good mix. Defense of Theis, Jae'Sean Tate, or Eric Gordon, and then you have the offense with C. Wood, Jalen Green, and Scoot. I like that. I like the balance and the flexibility of all that. Rockets and the Wizards on the 5th. Rockets play the Heat on the 7th at 9 o'clock on, I think, ESPN2, 9 o'clock p.m. for an H-Town game. Real quick, we're going to do a Folks Talking Sports stream before the Rockets game on the 7th. So we're going to lead up to that. 7 o'clock, we're going to talk, if you haven't watched those, we're going to talk Rockets, U of H, football, a little mix of everything on the 7th. So that'll be before that Rockets game on the 7th. That tips at 9 p.m. So yeah, just mark your calendars for that. So won't be on Friday like a few of the past Folks Talking Sports, scheduling conflicts with some of my colleagues. So we're going to move it to Thursday for that. But part of that show will be discussing the Rockets. But yeah, Alpi is a true center. So I think that's a good thing. And Heat, Lowry, PJ, he's preseason. I wonder how many minutes they'll get. I wonder how many minutes veteran NBA players will get in any of these preseason games beyond a first quarter. Get some run in, break a sweat, get you 8 minutes, and it might be done, if that, So I'm kind of curious to see how teams will utilize their vets in preseason. Rockets, a bunch of young dudes. They're going to play, and they want to play fast. So I'm kind of anxious to see how the youngsters play up-tempo, how long they're able to push tempo, push the pace, and see if they can get opponents tired. See if they get tired in the fourth quarter as the season progresses. See how long they can stick with playing faster and playing faster without turnovers. Limit those mistakes, especially the live ball turnovers. So, but basketball is here. That's why we're here. That's why you're here, to talk basketball, talk Rockets basketball. Preseason basketball is here. Please don't put too much stock into this. Whether Rockets win or lose Tuesday by a lot, win by a lot, lose by a lot. Calm down. Don't overthink it. Okay. Watch the game and look at it to see how to look at the potential, the possibilities. Brandon Thomas, correct. The growing pains. Don't panic. Don't freak out about, I can't believe he missed all those shots, or oh my goodness, what was this? Just relax, folks. Sandoval, thank you for that. The comment, that's what I was going to bring up as well. Uncle Dave. David Nwaba, right now he is one of the older players on the squad. The youngsters are referring to him as Uncle Dave. David said he doesn't appreciate it. He's not that old. And we cracked up laughing when he said that Monday at Media Day. But Jalen Green made a point that he does not call him Uncle Dave. So I really wonder who else it is who refers to him as Uncle Dave, but it's all good. And, you know, as long as you got DJ Augustine and Eric Gordon on the squad, active squad, and I mean, heck, John Wall still, but they're older than David Nwaba. It's as good to have David Nwaba healthy and for what he can provide defensively and locking down threes. So Alpha G, fan base is panic. That's that's what they do. That's what fans do. They panic. They overthink it. And that's in any sport. That's part of being a fan. But yeah, don't overthink it. And if they, like I said, if they win by 30, 40, doesn't mean they're going to win the championship. So don't swing from one way to the other. Just watch it and observe it and see things about, wow, I like this combination, or this combination I don't think works. Try something else, you know, coach. Why, you know, look at it from that perspective. But yeah, tuning in, what do y'all think about the Rockets' new broadcast team? If you haven't heard, Ryan Hollins is going to be doing the color side of the games with Craig Ackerman now full-time duties doing the play-by-play. Matt Bullard is in the front office on the personnel side, so big man Ryan Hollins is going to be doing the color with the Rockets on the AT&T Sportsnet broadcast. What do you think? Thoughts on that? Ryan's, you know, how do you really feel about it? Let me put that up there. Gohan doesn't like it, and then he follows that up with this. He says Ryan is an idiot. Wow. Okay. Well, why do you say that? I don't believe Ryan has ties to H-Town. Not that I know of. You know, basketball ties, no, I don't think he does. So it was a unique hire from that perspective. Obviously, he played in the league. He worked in California, and I've heard him do Clipper games. So I'm kind of curious. Okay, he has, in Gohan's opinion, Ryan Hollins has terrible basketball takes. All right, fans. Well, per Gohan, we need to be prepared for Ryan Hollins' terrible basketball takes. So let's watch for that. And yeah, I know he was on first take, so I know he did some time there. We'll see. You know, many times if I'm at the games, I won't be able to listen to the broadcast anyway. So y'all would have to tell me how he does, what I think of him. So, but let's give him a shot. It's good that Mario Elie will be part of the broadcast team. Kind of curious into how they're going to utilize Mario, but bring back another member of the championship, the back-to-back championship teams, bring him back, have Mario's take on it. Mario's an old school guy. So kind of curious to see his thoughts on the teams and on the games. And of course, the fashion icon, the Hall of Famer, Calvin Murphy, will be doing his takes at halftime along with Kevin Eschenfelder. But truly, Calvin Murphy is a fashion icon. If you have not seen some of Calvin's threads, just spend some time on the internet and give yourself a thrill, you know. So, but what happened to Steve Francis? I'm not sure. I don't believe it from the release. It doesn't seem like Mario is going to be doing Clyde's angle of it. He's going to be doing it a different. It says he's just going to be doing reoccurring appearances during the broadcast. So I'm not really sure what that means. If that means he's going to be the third person in the booth for the home games, if he's going to do some work along with Kaylee Griffin, you know, we shall see it. But I know Mario is old school. And let's see, how can I put this? Why did Clyde leave? Clyde likes to play golf a lot. I'll just put it like that. I'll just leave it at that. A lot. A whole lot. A whole lot. So Calvin got to cut his hair. Well, you know, as a person who lost that battle, the hair battle, hey, Calvin got to do what he thinks is best. So I gave up long ago. I just try to get as close to ball as possible because that's what I got. So I mean, I look in the mirror, I see what's there and what's not there. So why fight it? But Calvin is a great dude. He is hilarious. He's fun to talk to off the mic. But he's a really good dude. His personality on screen is really what you get off screen too. He is a funny man. So Calvin's color schemes are something else. My man, he sees colors. He sees things in suits that I'm not sure anybody else sees. But his style is his style. That is for sure. His style is his style. But Calvin Murphy was a hell of a basketball player. Obviously, he's in the Basketball Hall of Fame. But if you've heard Calvin tell some of flashbacks to his college days, Murph had hops. Murph could slap stuff off the backboard and stuff. Murph could get up. So yeah, he had hops, and he's a boxer too. So you don't want to get in fights with Murph. But yeah, Murph, pure shooter, great jump shot at release, great free throw shooter, and a little guy. But he got that shot off, and he got buckets. Okay, so in them itty bitty shorts, them short shorts back in the day. But yeah, orange and black t-shirt. Hey, I don't know what Calvin thinks when he looks at suit combinations. His fashion sense is his own. He is truly a fashion icon in his own mind. And he has more suits than all of us tuning in combined. The shoots, the ties, the shoes, the socks. Murph dresses like it's prom every day. That's a good analogy right there, Brandon. But I mean, that's part of what makes him. That's part of how we know him in his TV persona. That's part of who he is. John Wall is not participating on the court in training camp videos. So, which we could get into. John is going to be with the team. He's just not going to be on the court with the team. Which is another, like I said, another example of if I'm a team, another NBA team, I need to see John play. I need to see him do things on the court with a team for me to really think that he can help my team. So yes, Fusion John is a coach. That's how I term it earlier this week. He is a high paid coach. Yeah. Right here, Brandon. Right there. John Wall is the highest paid coach in history. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's where we are. And the Rockets are good with that. Apparently, they're good with that. And I guess you have to respect Tillman for okaying it because he didn't have to, in this scenario, because it's Tillman's money. But he's okay with it. Jalen Green, okay. We got go on saying Jalen reminds of young Kobe, Jordan. Comparisons, that's fine. He's going to be the first Jalen Green. That's how I'm going to look at it. So, I don't want. He's a hell of a talent, but I don't want to put labels. So you can see little, parts in his game of who he watched when he was younger, on 19. But see who he patterned his, took things from, borrowed certain skills from other players, which players do. Just like in Scoot's game, you can see some James Harden in Scoot's game. That's what players do. You try to pattern, you try to take things from great players and add to your game. That's a part of it. That's part of the transition of athletes, basketball players. That's part of, in all sports. You try to take things from superstars and add them to your game to make you a better player. I'm just looking forward to the season. I'm looking forward. Media Day was was good for a lot of us to be there to see colleagues I haven't seen in a year and change, seeing face to face. It was good to be there for that. So that's part of it, and look forward to practices being at Toyota Center, and depending on how the Rockets will handle media for practices. So I haven't really announced that yet, but I'm just looking forward to all of this, the coverage, the camaraderie, the games. And see, this take, I lean towards more. I understand it, what the Rockets are doing. But if John Wall does not play at all, how does that help a team, convince a team to trade for him? So it's a unique situation, and we'll just see how it all plays out. So I disagree with your first sentence. Stephen Silas knows how to coach, but I do agree that I think his better position is at the 4 spot. I agree with you there. Seawood is on offense. He could be a 5, in the stretching of the floor, but on defense, no. I just don't see it that way. He's better at the 4 spot, in my opinion. Stephen Silas has said many times that he believes Christian Wood is a center in the NBA on offense and defense. I disagree, but I'm not the coach. So, but I think with Daniel Tice and Alpi, you'll see Seawood spend more time at the 4. So in the end, all of us will be happy. In the end, we just want the Rockets to win. That's the point, right? It's the best 5 to get the wins and to get y'all to tune in and ask questions and comments and watch the videos and get excited about everything and support all of the media that covers the Rockets. That's when the Rockets win, it's better for media. When the Rockets lose, many fans tune out. Just wait for the next season. Well, that doesn't help the media that covers the Rockets on a day in, day out basis, who still do it win or lose. So, and I'm not sure if Christian Wood can gain weight. He might just have the body type that has a slim frame. He can get stronger, but I'm not sure he can get heavier and be effective. We don't want him to get too heavy and then he can't move. He's not quick enough. It hurts his game. Don't want to get part of it. DJ Augustine traded by the deadline or before. Brandon, I think DJ or Eric Gordon will be here throughout the season. I don't think both will be here throughout the season. So you get more in a trade for Eric Gordon than you would for DJ. And then if you trade EG, you will still have DJ and to be a mentor to the younger guards. So I think that scenario, see what had, he did look a little heavier when I saw him, but don't get too heavy. Don't get where it hurts your game. And then, with his ankle problems, got to keep that base healthy and don't want to put too much weight and strain on his ankles and knees. And then he doesn't play. He misses games. Don't want that. But, he's a skilled big man who y'all say, which I said, I think last week, y'all predicted 25 and 10, 25 and 12, 20 and 12. Had folks, new people tuning in. Had some people predicting Seawood getting, as high as 65 double-doubles? What are your thoughts from the new folks on that? The range was 50, as low as 50 double-doubles this season to as high as 65 double-doubles for Christian Wood. That's a hell of a lot. If he does that, heck, he's looking at all NBA, definitely all-star, but looking at all NBA possibilities right there. But That's double doubles. I mean, he was close last year, but then he got hurt. You got to factor in health, his ankles. I hope he got better shoes, to protect those ankles. So that's part of it. Give me your thoughts. Are y'all good with? Do y'all want Eric Gordon starting at the 3 spot, or do you want Eric Gordon coming off the bench to be the 6th man? What do y'all want there? Who do y'all want at the 3 spot? Give me your thoughts on that. Hit me up with that. Chime in on the comments there. Who do y'all want at the 3 spot? Assuming, and let me put that out there, the other 4 spots: KPJ, Jalen Green, Tice, and Seawood. All right, so we got 2 different answers right there. We got Gohan, EG on the bench. We got Ulam and Brandon take the start. Okay, may have to figure out how to do a poll on here and see if I can keep track of that one day to do a poll. I like take the start. That's my personal opinion on that. Only thing, we got to see if Jae'Sean defense is consistent. We got to see how Jae'Sean's 3-point shot would be in the starting lineup. Tice 3-point shot, yeah. Seawood, yes. And then Scoot, Jalen Green. I think Jae'Sean, obviously, if you do start Eric Gordon, then who's going to give you your scoring points off the bench game in, game out? So I think that'd be an issue. Brandon, Eric Gordon started at the 3. Well, technically, when Harden was here, EG guarded the better players, on the other team. And, when it was Russ, Harden, EG, you'd pick who EG would guard, and typically it was other team's best player. So if it was a three-man, Eric Gordon was a 3-man. It depends. But Eric Gordon is listed out, I think, at 6'4", but EG is strong. He is solidly built. And he is, when healthy, a very capable defensive player. But bringing him off the bench in that 6-man role, you can utilize his points. You can utilize him running the offense. You can utilize him as the scoring threat. There's different options, ways for the Rockets to go on that. I think it's better for EG to come off the bench as long as he's a Rocky. So, but, keep him on the bench. We'll see. I mean, today and yesterday, Jae'Sean did both. Scrimmage, started, came off the bench. It varies. Eric Gordon is a healthy Eric Gordon is an important piece to the Rockets' success early on. And he could play that role, play well enough to boost his trade value to be dealt in December, January, or February to maximize what the Rockets can get for him. So we can look at it that way. So you got to stay healthy, though. Obviously, we can say that about every player in sports. Got to stay healthy. That's the key to everybody's success. First things first is health. Let's see. Let's go down. Brandon Thomas likes EG coming off the bench as the 6-man. Yeah, how about that? How about KJ Martin as a starting, George? Starting at the 3 for KJ or David Nwaba? Or do you want Jae'Sean as a 4 and not a 3? Would you like Nwaba to start at the 3? Rockets, they have versatility. They got some flexibility to go a lot of different ways. And that's going to be another good thing to see. Well, what are y'all thoughts on this comment by M Marcus 39? EG does take some deep threes sometimes. He takes some heat checks. He definitely does take some heat checks. But sometimes he makes them. But sometimes Eric can go. He can get hot, and then he give you an air ball and a brick, and it's like, man, did the rim change? I mean, did the basket move on you? How are you so hot, and then now you can't make a shot? But that's part of, I guess, being a shooter. Sometimes you jack them up. What did the shooter say? You don't take you can't make a shot if you don't take a shot. So Eric Gordon lives up to that many times. Yeah, when he's good, this is a very good point right here. When EG is good, he's very good. Yes, agreed. No question about that. I'm really glad that y'all are tuning in and enjoying these Rocket Talks. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do them at least once a week. Talk Rockets and just Rockets really specifically Rockets. So during these stream shows, get comments from the fans. We're gonna talk Rockets. Gonna try to splice in more additional videos, comments and post-game comments, practice comments, if we can able to get those. So, but I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. And some of y'all, I think, know each other from other Rocket areas on YouTube. Y'all are saying hi to folks, and like this is family. Rockets have a family. I know. Is it a Rocket Twitter family on YouTube? A Rocket YouTube family that I'm trying to be a part of? Y'all let me know about that too. So it's cool that, yeah, EG's 50 against Utah. Utah remembers that. And wasn't that game, Eric Gordon was really by himself, wasn't he? Rockets were out big guns. Utah still lost, which is another reason why I just don't have faith in Utah going to the finals for quite a while. But I digress. Who should be, assuming Tice starts, how many minutes do y'all think Alpi should get coming off the bench? I see you, Brandon. You said that last night too, and I'm not changing. I'm sticking with my 21. So 33 wins, okay. That's fine. Rockets get 33 wins. They'll be on the border of around that play-in, get around that 10-11 seed, most likely. Wow. This is this the 15, these minutes, is this for minutes for Alpi, 10 to 15 minutes, 24, TJ, that might be at 24, that might be kind of high for Alpi, but if he does that means he's playing very well. I mean, he's producing. So that'd be a very good sign for the team. I think he's going to play well. He's going to have his ups and downs, as rookies do. But he's going to play well. And the first few weeks of the season, he's going to surprise some opponents with his skill set. He's going to utilize that to his advantage and the Rockets' advantage. And I hope that the Rockets will utilize him in the post, the mid post, high post, low post, because he's a very good passer. And that opens up things as well. Because if he's starting to give teams the business down on the block and teams have to double team him, then that opens up perimeter shooters all day long. So I like that. Like I said, I'm old school in that sense. There's nothing wrong with starting your offense in the low post. You can still get threes from low post offense. You can still do that. You don't have to just run down the floor and jack up a three. Okay? You don't have to do that. You can throw it down low and then kick it back out. That's still part of a three-point offense. It still does exist. So let's not get way caught on the other end of 85 three-point shots a game, with no offensive flow. Whatever. I'm not a fan of that at all. But Alpi's skill set is going to surprise some people until they get a book on him and what he does and to learn from that. And then he'll have to make adjustments to what defenses throw at him. But he's a smart young man. He'll learn and adjust to those adjustments and continue to get better. Rockets got a good one right there. Rockets have a bright future. Usman Garuba. Young man is a very good defensive player. Long arms, learning how to play the NBA game. Rockets have a bright future. I don't believe the bright future will result in a lot of wins this season, but that's okay. The goal is to win a championship 3-4 years from now, be a championship contender for a window of 4, 5, 6 years, not just a flash in the pan. So That's my mindset. I don't want the Rockets to be average for 5-6 years and have one great year. No, don't want that. Yes, I do see Garuba going to the G League for a bit. Oh, yes, for sure. Because he's not going to get a lot of minutes, especially early in the season, and he's going to need time to adjust to the game, the culture, defenses, all those things. And more importantly, just bottom line, get minutes. He needs playing time to get better. So, yes, I do definitely see him spending time in the G League. Josh Christopher will as well. The G League is a place to develop your game, develop your confidence in some cases. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But and that's not a bad thing, because if you look at the Rockets' depth, there are going to be many games where Josh and Garuba won't play in the NBA. So if you want them to speed up their development, they need to get minutes. They need to get game minutes in action and activity. That's what the G League is for. What do y'all think about this? Where'd it go? From Golden Kingdom. Golden Kingdom, define dynasty, NBA dynasty for me. What do you think that means? Does that mean a back-to-back? Does that mean the Spurs winning like a Spurs scenario of 5 titles in 20 years with no back-to-back? Does that mean 3 championships in 5 years? What does that mean? Give me your definition of NBA dynasty. Or is it just getting to the Western Conference Finals 6 years in a row and the NBA Finals once? Is that what you think? Is that what you're going to call it, an NBA dynasty? So different perspectives on that. We got an agreement here of, okay, I'm just 3P. Okay, 3P starting when? Give me that as well. When is all this winning going to start? So, because like I said, the Houston Roundball Review first season of media credential was the Rockets' second championship. That's a long time ago. But I didn't get a season credential until the season after that. I was game by game that season. So I had not covered a Rockets team that made it to the NBA Finals. So look forward to that. Look forward to the national media flocking to Houston and acting like the Rockets just became good at basketball. Like they did in the last few years when James Harden suddenly became a good player. It's like James Harden when he got to Brooklyn. Wow, James Harden is good at basketball. No stuff. He was good at basketball here in Houston. But y'all bashed him for, well, he does this, he does that, blah, 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 and Rocket style, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Went to Brooklyn. Lo and behold, James Harden can pass the ball. No stuff. Really? Comments like that just showed y'all never watched the Rockets play. Never saw James Harden play basketball. So what's good, Kate? Thank you for tuning in. 3P, 2026 to 2029. I could see a championship, at least one in that window, that time frame. I could see that. Winning one. I've said this. Y'all stick with me along this journey. I'll say it a few times. Winning a championship is hard. Kate, the question is, in terms of NBA dynasty, what do you think would be an NBA dynasty for the Rockets? When do you see them getting back to a championship level and winning a championship? Winning one championship is hard. Winning back-to-back is harder. Winning 3 in a row is hardest. So get one. That's hard to do. Winning one, because that involves staying healthy, luck. Injuries can get you at the worst time possible. So that's first thing first, winning one. Because Rockets, y'all know how long it's been since the Rockets won an NBA championship. So first things first, get one. Because they had that 65 win team was great. Didn't win championship though. So 4 years, I can see that's where I think they're going to be getting to that level. Back to championship caliber basketball about that time. 2024, 25, about that time. Yeah. And then just see how long the window opens and see where they can get you that and host that trophy. So I had no problem covering that team and a championship caliber team and being part of a parade, covering a parade, downtown. So yeah, I got no problem with that. But this young core is going to be fun to watch. It's going to be entertaining this season to see them fly up down the court, make some mistakes, learn from those mistakes. TJ, this is what we were talking about earlier. I have no idea where John's going to end up. My thing, and George Sandoval commented on as well. Get your take on it. Do you think that John Wall needs to play to show other teams that he can still play and be productive? Would that help his value? I think that does. I think him sitting hurts his value, limits the Rockets' options. But, that's my take on that. So that's Rockets, because my thing is, John, his knee he had some issues this summer. If John is healthy and, to be his age and the injuries he's had in his, recent years, he may never get back to 100%. But if he's as close to that as possible, why not play him? Because not playing him, to me, I could be the negative, the pessimist, and say, well, if he's not playing, then is he healthy? So I need to see him play if I'm a team and going to give up assets for him. So I'm kind of surprised that they did that way. But Rafael Stone and John Wall, they said they agreed to it, and they talked and they discussed it, and they're on the same page. And Rafael even he said John is his dude in a comment. I was like, oh, okay, Rafael. He said John's my dude. So, all right, we'll go with that for there. Well, TJ, if John's scared of getting injured, okay, well, then isn't that a problem? Then why would a team want that? Sue, okay, question right here. I just saw the question. Sorry about that. No, I don't think the Rockets should give Seawood the max. No. He would have to earn it. And earn it numbers-wise. Got to produce numbers, points, rebounds, but also W's. That's part of it. He's got to do that as well. Some of my colleagues, like Kelly Eco, in our conversation we had about 2 weeks ago, that's available on the YouTube channel, says he does not believe Seawood is a max player. I agree. I don't think Seawood is a max player right now. He's not yet. He needs to prove that he is. Does he have time? Yeah, but he needs to do it. And right now, I'm not saying he can't do it, but that involves winning, that involves leadership, and that involves putting the numbers up, game in, game out, and being a go-to guy down the stretch. And first thing first as well, he has to stay healthy. So all that goes into it. So no, right now, Seawood is not a max player. No. So, and that isn't a knock on him. He just has to get it done. No shade. And another thing, needs to be an all-star. It would help if he becomes an all NBA, one of the 15 best players in the league. That helps too. So, a lot of things need to fall in line for him to become a max player. And, if he's max, then at some point, I think we all agree that we do believe Jalen Green will prove worthy of a max contract. Okay? We think KPJ has the ability and the potential to be a max player. Okay. I think the Rockets are building around the backcourt for max players. Not sure they're going to do that for C. Wood. And then the question is, would C. Wood be good with a 3-year, $60 million, 3 years, 66, whatever, and not max salary? Would he take that? Would he be content with that? Would he demand max salary? And if he does get it, will he bounce and look for that elsewhere? So that's something that is down the line for discussion. This is cool. When we've gone an hour talking Rockets, and we could do this. I really believe we can talk Rockets, a Rockets live stream show, at least once a week for sure. Schedule wise, when I'm covering other H-Town teams, probably may not be able to do more than one a week, and try to get in a colleague to pop in, get their thoughts on Rockets as well during the show, work on that angle as well. Which means I have to line up schedule and lock in a specific day and time so everybody knows what time y'all can tune in and what time my colleagues can tune in to give their thoughts about the Rockets as well. So work on all that also. So the Rockets are going to be fun to watch once a week. Comment from G, ready for Tuesday. Rockets open up preseason against the Wizards. It's here, folks. NBA's here. Rockets, I think, they have an off day Sunday, October 3rd. Practice Monday. They haven't announced what that's going to be like for media. So I'm not sure if it'll be face-to-face availability or Zoom. So I have to wait and see on that. And new season, protocols for COVID is still being in place. So I'm not sure how the Rockets are going to handle media availability for practices, if there'll be in person for 10, 15 minutes. Okay, question here. Something to think about next season. They'll be better than this season, and they'll be closer to the playoffs next year. I'm okay with them being close to play-in territory, because in my scenario for this season, if they can get another high lottery pick, an impact player, which will make them better and add to their talent level, they'll be better next season, and they'll be closer to the playoffs. I'm okay with border, at 9-10 playing. I'm good with that. And then after that, third year, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Time to get to the playoffs. Time to start making noise in year 3 and year 4. So Jalen Duren, you're tossing our name right there. I did not play 2K. I don't have the time. I don't. Too much going on team wise. Take care of a disabled parent. No, it's a lot of work. So I don't have the time to do it. Any standout? That's another discussion. I like Jalen Duren's game. Heard about from colleagues in Memphis, his potential. I like that. I have not looked at the talent base for the 2022 draft yet. Chet Holmgren, I've seen him play obviously USA basketball, and my man is just he's frail. He's rail thin. Not sold on him. Skill set, he's nice, but no, my gosh, he's got to get so much stronger. No. And from what I've heard so far, the 2022 draft is not deep with talented players. So that's why I really think the Rockets need to lose enough to get a high lottery pick like this year. Get the 1 through 4 pick. Talented player. Yes, Chet is weaker than Chet. He's slimmer than Wood. Definitely weaker than Wood. No. Jalen Duren, like his skill set, like what I've heard about him so far. Anxious to see what assistant coach Rasheed Wallace can do for his game in Memphis to get him ready for the NBA for 2023. So, but yeah, Yeah, no. I'm gonna put this up there for y'all to chime in. And what are you saying? What do you expect from the Rockets this year? Because, like I said, I don't have winning a lot of games, and my rationale for that is because I think they need to lose enough to get a high enough lottery pick to help them and the plan for being a championship caliber team for a longer window. So what do you think? What are you expecting for the team this year? So, Sandoval is 30. Would 33 wins be good for you? Is that too low for you? What are you saying? What are you expecting from the Rockets beyond being a fun team to watch this season? This is where I am. This is my mentality. I predict 21 to 25 wins. That's what I think they're going to do. That's why I'm on the side of, if Eric Gordon plays too much in too many minutes, they're going to win too many games. So that's why I'm kind of leaning away from, as long as Eric Gordon's healthy, he can help the Rockets and he can definitely help other teams in the NBA. So, getting beyond that, I think that hurts the development of the team long term. Okay, he answered with 30 wins at least. You could be right. I've been wrong before. I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm kind of curious whether that 30 wins falls in terms of lottery place. And of course, the Rockets could win lottery, which would make all this even, gravy. But they'll be better than they were last year. Well, first, if they're healthy, they'll be better than they were last year. Just got to stay healthy. So it's hard to win in the NBA. Talent, we see it. Oh, see, this is an if. We'll never know. I think Clint had a role here. I think the Rockets getting rid of Clint and really going with their ultra small lineup hurt. Did not agree with it. You got to have some size in the NBA. I don't care if Clint just is he's a rim runner and he can dunk on alley-oops and rebound. What's wrong with that? Teams use that. What team can't use that? But Rockets went a different route. And you see what Clint's doing for the Hawks. But okay, they made their choice on that. I'm more along the line they should have kept Clint. But he's gone now. He's happy in Atlanta. He's getting paid in Atlanta. And he's winning. And he's having fun. So good for Clint. Nerlens Noel, rumors. I'm not going to deal with rumors too much because you never know the source of the rumors. Oh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of stuff. I've heard a lot of stuff that I won't make public about rumors. From different people calling folks around. Sometimes it's just not worth going public with some of those things because some of them just like, why'd you call me with that? Why waste my time with that stuff? But so no. Clint's happy where he is. Don't look in the past. Look toward the future. This team has a bright future with what they have and who they have. I mean, look at it this way. If the Rockets have Clint, most likely they will not have Şengün and Garuba, two 19-year-olds with bright futures. So you can't have both ways. So what's done is done. Clint's with the Hawks. He's happy with the Hawks. Let's just focus on who the Rockets have. And watch the Rockets Tuesday, watch the Rockets Thursday, and we'll wait and see how long it takes, how long Eric Gordon will be a Rocket. So let's go into this while we still got some time. I want your thoughts on this. I'm gonna give my thoughts on this first. Solo D'Lo, who would the Rockets give up for Ben Simmons? Sixers don't want John Wall. No, I mean, if Daryl Morey does it, I mean, I'd be shocked because it'd be like really making a mistake and getting an older injured player for a younger player with more upside if he's healthy. But no, I don't think the Rockets. But who would the Rockets give up? If the Sixers, if Morey says, I want KPJ, John Wall, and Jae'Sean Tate, y'all gonna say hell no. Right? So, and do y'all want Ben Simmons in the backcourt or Ben Simmons in the front court with the Rockets? If Daryl Morey would take Eric Gordon and House for Ben Simmons, Rafael Stone should do that today. Today. So his Simmons trade value may be low, but it ain't low as for Eric Gordon House. It ain't that low. No, the Rockets got to trade. Sixers can get back 26 mil in a deal. So it's some fun with that. See, we two different folks have two different thoughts on Simmons. Simmons at the 3 from Kevin McGee, Brandon Thomas. Simmons at the 4. So with the Rockets, I think he would be a better fit in the front court. Just run the offense through him, I think. But if you're doing that, you're going to play him in the front court, then wouldn't that mean you got to trade some front court players for him? So who would you want? Who would the Rockets trade? Who would the Sixers want from, front court wise for the Rockets? Who would the Rockets give up in the front court to put Ben Simmons in the front court? What if, I'm gonna just put it out there. What if Morey wants, let's see. Got to be KPJ. KPJ, Eric Gordon, Garuba. How about that? Would y'all want that? Would y'all want Ben Simmons for KPJ, Gordon, and Garuba? Şengün is not in the starting lineup. No. He will be coming off the bench. And assuming Tice starts next to Seawood, Şengün could be the first big off the bench. I'm not going to call House or Nwaba bigs. So, well, see, that's where we are. Daryl Morey, I'm not a fan of him and some of the things he's done. I've never been one of those media folks who, that Morey we trust stuff. Nope. But Daryl Morey, he does not hold on to his mistakes very long. That's part of his track record. But he's not stupid. He's not going to just give Ben Simmons away for House and and picks. He's going to want value for Ben Simmons. So everybody's in agreement. KPJ, Gordon, Gruber for Simmons. No. Okay. Morey's going to want KPJ. Would you want KPJ if you're Morey? You're not going to, he's not going to say, yeah, I want Eric Gordon. And that's it. Like I said, if all Daryl Morey wants is Eric Gordon picks for Ben Simmons, make that happen. Yeah, do that. Okay. How about this? Do y'all think Morey would want this? Gordon, House, KJ, Martin for Ben Simmons. That's basically the same thing. Morey will want part of the Rockets' young core. Eric Gordon will help them now, okay. But House and KJ Martin? No. If Morey offers that, Rafael Stone should, yes, call the NBA office. We have a trade. Here are the parameters. Yes. Don't see that happening. If it does, I'd be surprised. But see, I'm going to post this. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to post it so y'all can see it. Some folks feel that way. Some folks in Philly feel that way about Daryl Morey, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure Ben Simmons And his people feel this way about Mr. Morey. So, but saying that, Daryl is not, thinks he's smarter than a lot of folks in the league, smarter than many of them. He thinks he knows everything. Some would say that. Some have argued that. But he's not dumb. So we'll see. Let's wrap it up right there. But this has been fun, as always. Much love for y'all chiming in with your thoughts and questions and comments. It's a blast. I enjoy doing this. You know, I enjoyed the live stream and the interaction with the fans. One of my best friends suggested I do this, and I finally took his advice and am doing this. So, let me. I want to do this because I want to, for the folks who tune in late, if y'all don't mind, the folks who've been here since the beginning of the show, I want to play one of the clips from early, one of the two, to have a contrast of what Rafael Stone says to the situation in Philly. So one more time, I'm going to play that, and then we'll kind of close it out. Here we go.
So anyway, the point is that you treat people where they are, and John came to us, to me as an adult, and so we've had a great working relationship that hopefully is developing into a friendship that will last, for a long time. And that's the goal, is to have these types of relationships with all of our players. These, I think that there's a little bit of a myth that relationships between players and organizations are supposed to be dictatorial. That doesn't work. It never has. I was on the radio talking about when Bill Russell was playing, and there's all these anecdotes about how Bill Russell would read the newspaper while his teammates practiced because no one was ever told Bill Russell what to do. It was a partnership, and that's how all the best relationships are. They're partnerships. And so for sure, I feel like our relationship is a partnership, and that's what we need with all our guys. Now with the younger guys, we have a lot more influence over them, and they need to learn a lot of things. And so it's a different partnership, but it's always still a partnership. And it is important organizationally that we be a place that treats all of our employees like partners, not just our players, but all of them. And that we be a place that people want to be. And you can't just want to be someplace when everything is perfect. You have to want to be someplace no matter what. That's what makes a good place or a good organization. And that, we aspire to be that every day. It's about the right way to deal with players and with colleagues, and we work together. Like, that's the right relationship for us to have. So no, I mean, I'm being transparent about the way we're trying to run our organization, but I'm not doing this to send a message. I'm doing it because, or we are doing this, both of us, because we think it's the right thing for us collectively. But it also only works if John's a partner. Like, you have to meet in the middle. And so I also don't want to lose sight of that. John's been, since the second he got here, an awesome partner.
It was very tough. Having a conversation with both of them was very tough. You know what I mean? Because since I came here, like I said, I've been in this league for 12 going on 13 years, I think, or 11 going on 12, 1 and 2. But everything's not promising. Things can change any type of way. And like he said, if you don't build a relationship with those main people, the main core, you can be put in bad situations. And since day one, I said it to him, and I said to Coach Silas that I praised them for giving me the respect and the honesty that we both gave each other, being honest with each other. And when we came and started talking, we didn't have to agree on the same page. I could have went different ways. They could have went different ways, and we wouldn't be here today having a conversation and being on good terms. And like he said, just having a partnership and just trying to build his friendship more and more past just being on the Rockets and this organization.
John Wall praised Rafael and Coach Silas for giving him the respect he deserves. Do you think Ben Simmons feels that way about Daryl Morey? We know the answer to that. Rafael Stone, respect, partnership. Is that what's happening in Philly with their front office and their players? Ben Simmons would say, hell no. So that's where the Rockets are. That's where Philly is. Being a GM, they're going to make mistakes. It's part of the job. But being a successful GM is doing things correctly and things working out for you more than negatives. I think Rafael Stone is doing a lot of good things so far. Has been in very long. There will be some times where he's made mistakes. But right now, I think he's getting an A grade. I think a lot of people would believe that. But Rafael said he's being transparent, but he's not doing this as a way to show players around the league. He's not doing it for that reason. But trust me, other players see it. Other players and other agents see how a franchise organization treats players, treats their own. They do see that. Trust me on that. Just like players see how other teams don't handle their own players well. So it goes both ways there. So however this situation works out, John or Rafael seem to be on the same page, and that's important. I still believe John needs to play to show other teams that he's healthy enough and can help them. That's my take on that. But right now, John won't play. John will travel with the team, give advice, and be the highest paid coach in the league. but okay. We'll see come February, the deadline, if teams around the league situations change because of injuries and they want to make an offer for a John that Rafael thinks works. But right now, I just think John needs to show he can play and show he's able to produce and be productive for another team to give up something for him. But we shall see how it all plays out. We're going to wrap it up. Much love. Got a lot more folks tuning in as we wind it down here, nearing the 90-minute mark of the Houston Roundball Review, talking Rockets. And many of the live streams that I do like this will be because of folks on the Rockets. So U of H, I may do a few here and there talking about U of H men's hoops, but I'm quite certain, unless something changes, I won't get nearly as much love and attention from a U of H people that I do from Rockets YouTube. So that's just real talk. And yes, TJ, John's health is a question. That's why another thing I say is the reason that he's not playing games is because his knees are so bad that they're scared he's going to get hurt and really ruin his value. Is that the real reason? So, that could be part of it too. And teams see it. Teams have questions. Teams know John Wall is not going to turn down $47 million next year for that player option. Who would? I wouldn't. None of y'all would. So it's just an interesting situation that the Rockets find themselves in. John Wall is in. But the youngsters are going to play. KPJ, Jalen Green are going to play. Going to play a lot. And fans are going to enjoy watching it. I'm going to enjoy it from a media perspective to see the potential of what they can be and look at it from that perspective and look at the potential of Christian Wood and Daniel Tice as a tandem and the potential of Alperen Şengün putting in work and pissing off folks with his footwork in the post. So comment, Ryan Hollins hire. Gohan earlier comments hates the Ryan Hollins hire. Listening to Ryan a handful of times on the Clippers broadcast, I really couldn't say he said anything that I didn't like or that I really paid attention to. So I'm not sure one way or the other. We'll see. And I'm pretty sure fans will let the Rockets know and let media know what they think of Ryan Hollins and his job during the broadcast. Time will tell. But based on what I'm seeing here on the stream, nobody. I'm not sure I've seen a positive comment about Ryan Hollins in the booth. So we'll see if y'all are right. Time will tell. I'm not sure if he has ties to anyone in the organization, if he knows people, because that's part of being successful. Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. So, you know, he might know somebody with the Rockets, and that's why he's here. We shall see. Y'all tell me. I guess Tuesday we'll find out. We'll get our first taste. Y'all tell me on the next live stream what y'all think of Ryan Hollins' first performance and, you know, working with Craig Ackerman. And then second game Thursday on the 7th, and see if they're better game 2 than game 1. I'm sure y'all tell me. Don't be shy. If he stinks, if he sucks, let me know. But as far as I, you know, he's here now. He'd have to be awful and have fans completely turn on him for Tillman and, you know, to get rid of him so soon. The next stream, no idea. I'm not sure yet. I know, like I said, Thursdays will be about sports. That's folks talking sports. That'll be the FTS one. And that'll be leading up to the Rockets Heat game. And for those who are just tuning in right around now, that Rockets Heat game tips at 9 p.m. Central Time. So that's a late one for us in the Central Time Zone. So most likely, I think the next stream probably will be Saturday, the same time as today, October 9th, 8 p.m. Central. Most likely that'll be the time I'm aiming for that. If things change, you know, I'll let y'all know, put it in the community tab on the YouTube channel. But, you know, we'll see. But most likely, it's, you know, probably next Saturday, 8 p.m. Central. So, yeah. So let's end it right there. If Ryan Hollins sucks, y'all bring it here. You know, and we'll go from there. But as always, thank you very much for tuning in to the live stream, Houston Roundball Review on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel, Talking Rockets. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of y'all watching. Appreciate all of y'all commenting. Much love, much appreciation for you. A 90-minute live stream. I didn't think I was going to go this long today. But thank you very much for tuning in. See y'all most likely next Saturday, October 9th, once again at 8 p.m. Central Time. Once again, I'm Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review. Houston, and folks, I guess I need to do this for the folks who are new to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter right there at VHR Review. Website is similar, is VHR.com. Houston Roundball Review, of course, on Instagram, Twitter's there. Y'all find me here on YouTube, so y'all know it's Houston Roundball Review on YouTube. And for being around, like I said, as I mentioned earlier, been doing this since 1994, a long time. But now it's 2021. I'm doing streaming. I'm doing something different. So I'm trying to adapt to technology. So y'all take care and see y'all next week, October 9th at 8 p.m. Central. Peace.